Hey guys, so in this video, I want to talk about the American Express Gold Card and the 4 most important things that you need to consider before you get this credit card. Now, if you don't take these 4 things into account, then you may be making a big mistake by getting this card because it costs you $250 per year just to have this card in your wallet. Luckily, there's plenty of ways to offset that annual fee and get the most out of this card, which I'm going to explain in this video, but it will require a bit of work and a bit of research on your part in order to come out ahead each year. So I want to make it as easy as possible for you to decide if the Amex Gold is right for you. So without wasting any time, let's get right into the 4 things that you need to consider. The first thing, and really the main thing that you need to consider, is are you going to be able to use the $240 in annual credits that come along with the Gold Card? If you are, then you're going to be able to lower your effective annual fee from $250 all the way down to just $10 per year. Now, these credits are split up into 2 $10 monthly use it or lose it credits, which I'm going to explain in more detail next. But basically what this means is that if you don't use those credits in the calendar month, they won't carry over to the next month for you to use them then. The first $10 monthly credit is an Uber credit, and it's going to be added as Uber Cash to your Uber account each month after you link your Amex Gold Card. You can use this $10 on either Uber Rides or Uber Eats, which is nice because it gives you a lot of options. You just simply go ahead and pay for a ride or pay for some food on the Uber app, and then it's going to apply that $10 when you go to pay for it. Personally, I like to use this credit for Uber Eats because there's a lot of good restaurant options near me outside of Philadelphia. And a little tip here is that you can set your search settings within the Uber Eats app for pickup only, which will help you to avoid some of those high delivery fees that'll really eat into the value that you get from the Uber credit, no pun intended there. Another thing that I found myself doing if I haven't used my Uber credit by the end of a month is I'll go onto the Uber Eats app and I'll find a local participating 7-Eleven location because they sell household items in addition to some of the food that they have on the app, so I can at least get some good value from that for some household cleaning items or some deodorant or toothpaste or something like that. So that's a good option for you to look out for too. Just go ahead and go on the app, see what convenience stores are in your area that offer some similar things. So being able to use that $10 per month Uber credit all depends on your location and whether Uber is readily available to you. But for many people, I see this as a very easy credit to use. The second $10 monthly credit is a dining credit, but it's only available for use with select partners, which includes Grubhub, Seamless, The Cheesecake Factory, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, Boxed, and participating Shake Shack locations. This is a credit that could definitely be better because it is a bit limiting that you can only use it with those select partners, but still for many people, I think it's gonna be easy to use. I use the $10 monthly dining credit the same way that I use the Uber credit. I just go on Grubhub and order something like food or coffee or something else that I would typically buy each month. Now, one important thing to note here is that while it seems easy to use these credits, it's even easier to forget that you have them. So make sure that if you're getting the Amex Gold, you're at least somewhat organized and you can keep track of these each month. You should also make sure that you're not just spending money somewhere that you wouldn't normally spend it just to use a credit, and this goes for any credit card out there. So ask yourself this: if I didn't have this credit with this credit card, would I still make this purchase? And if the answer is yes, then that means that that credit is getting some good personal value to you. But if the answer is no, then you might want to discount what that credit is truly worth to you. Now, the second main thing to consider before you get the Amex Gold Card is how you plan to use the membership rewards points that you'll be earning. Since the Amex Gold Card is earning a flexible currency, the good news is that there are ways to redeem those points to get you some extra value, which I'll get to in just a second. But the bad news is that earning membership rewards points requires a bit of extra work and an understanding of how to maximize redeeming those points because it's not as simple as just earning straight up cash back with some of the other credit card options out there. There's a few options that Amex gives you for redeeming your points, and I'll quickly go over a few here, but just remember, as a general rule of thumb, never settle for redeeming your points for less than 1 cent per point in value. Now, in case you don't know how valuing your MR points works, let's go over one option that Amex gives you, which is redeeming your points for Amazon purchases. So say I wanted to buy this subscribe pillow so that I could casually remind you to go ahead and subscribe to my channel down below for more content like this, because you should totally do that. I could buy this pillow for $15.86, or I could use 2,266 Amex MR points. When you do the math and you compare those 2 payment options, you can see that if I paid with Amex MR points, I would only be getting 0.7 cents per point in value, which is below that 1 cent per point mark. And by the way, if we can get this video to 250 likes, I'll go ahead and buy that subscribe pillow and put it in the background of my future videos. So go ahead and like this video if you're enjoying it. Similarly, if you redeem your points for a statement credit to cover the charges on your Amex Gold card, you're only going to be getting 0.6 cents per point. So again, not a great option. But what you should really be doing in order to get the most value out of your points is you should transfer your points out to American Express's travel partners to book hotels and flights. Transferring your points for long international business class and first class flights is typically the best way to get the most value for your points. This could be a topic for a whole nother video, but again, just make sure that you're getting at least more than 1 cent per point in value for those points. And with transferring those points, you can easily get somewhere of 2 cents per point or higher, depending on what you're doing. Another way to get more than 1 cent per point in value from your membership rewards points is to also have the Amex Platinum Charles Schwab version, because you could transfer your points out to your Charles Schwab brokerage account at 1.25 cents per point, but unfortunately this is actually getting decreased down to 1.1 cents per point as of September of 2021. Still though, I'll probably eventually get this version of the Amex Platinum just so that I have a higher floor value of 1.1 cents per point for all my membership rewards points that I'm collecting from my different Amex cards. And now on to the third important thing that you should consider before getting the Amex Gold card, and it's something that most people don't consider enough, and it actually cost me 15,000 MR points when I applied for the Amex Gold, and that is, are you asking yourself, am I getting the highest welcome bonus offer possible? So American Express has language written within their card terms that you're only eligible to receive a welcome bonus on any American Express card once per lifetime. Because of this, you're obviously going to want to make sure that you have the highest welcome bonus offer possible, because you only have one shot at that bonus. So for me, when I applied for the Amex Gold card back in 2020, I received a 60,000 point welcome bonus offer, which was higher than most people had seen in previous years. But now American Express is offering a record high welcome bonus of 75,000 MR points after you spend $4,000 on the card within the first 6 months. So I left 15,000 points on the table. Of course, there's no way to know what Amex will offer in the future down the line, but still, when you see a record high welcome bonus like this, that's usually a good sign that it's time to apply and lock in that offer. Now, normally I'd give you guys a referral link down in the description below if you wanted to apply for this card, but actually when I went to go generate that link, it was telling me that you would only get 60,000 MR points. That's just obviously not the best offer out there. So go ahead, if you're interested in applying, just do a quick Google search to find that Amex Gold application page. And if that page doesn't say 75,000 points as the welcome bonus, if it says something less, like 60,000 points or something like that, just go ahead and reload the page or try again at a different time of the day or with a different web browser, or do what I did and use the incognito mode browsing feature within Google Chrome to open up a new incognito tab and then apply that way. You should be able to get that 75,000 point welcome bonus offer pop up eventually. This is just the current offer as of the filming of this video in late July of 2021. So if you're watching this further in the future, then just do a little bit of research and make sure that whatever offer is out there is the highest one that you can get. Get as close to that record high of 75,000 points as you can, because again, it's so important to lock in a lifetime welcome bonus offer as high as possible, because that could be potentially worth an extra few $100s of travel. And finally, the fourth most important thing to consider before applying for the Amex Gold card is, are you over the Chase 524 rule? Now, this really only applies if you're someone that's trying to play the credit card game by getting several credit cards a year to maximize the points that you can get from those welcome bonuses. So if this doesn't sound like you, then you really shouldn't worry about the Chase 524 rule. But if you're like me and you're trying to maximize the points and miles that you earn from your credit cards so that you can travel for free, then you should really be prioritizing Chase credit cards before you get cards like the Amex Gold, because Chase has their infamous 524 rule. I'm sure many of you are already familiar with this rule, but just in case you're not, Chase basically has an unwritten rule where if you've opened 5 or more personal credit card accounts within the past 24 months across any bank and any issuer, you'll automatically be denied for a new Chase credit card. And Chase has some of the best credit cards out there for earning points that you can then redeem for travel. So the ideal strategy is to get Chase cards first while you're still under that 524 rule. These Chase cards include the Freedom Flex, the Freedom Unlimited, the Sapphire Preferred, or the Reserve, and even some of the business cards and co-branded airline and hotel cards. Then once you're over the 524 rule, you can start to look at credit cards from other issuers like American Express. I'll link some of my previous videos that I've made about Chase credit cards up here on the screen right now too, if you want to go check those out. Again, getting Chase cards before Amex cards while you're still under the 524 rule is just something to consider, but it's something that I've done personally, and I've actually been patient here for a little while, so I'm back under the 524 rule as of right now, and I should be getting some nice new Chase credit cards in the very near future. Overall, the Amex Gold card is a great card and one of my personal favorites because it earns 4x points at restaurants, 4x points at US supermarkets up to $25,000 per year, and 3x points on flights too. You also get those $240 in total annual credits to help offset the $250 annual fee, as well as a whole bunch of other benefits that I covered in more detail in my full review video for the Amex Gold card, which I'll put on the screen right now if you want to go learn more about the card. Make sure to go check out the rest of my channel and some of my other videos that I'll put on the screen as well. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a great day.